We need our jobs, and we want to continue to work our jobs and serve the people that have fought for us.
Now at 6, thousands of federal workers sticking together to try to get their jobs back. Their jobs slashed by DOGE, and tonight we're learning more about the Arklatex impact of those cuts. Thanks for joining us this Friday at 6. I'm Jonathan McCall.
And I'm Johnette Magner. A federal judge ruled the recent firings were likely unlawful, but that does not mean those fired employees will automatically be rehired or that future firings will even stop. Those layoffs are happening across 18 agencies, about 750 workers laid off at the Centers for Disease Control, 89 at the Food and Drug Administration, 2,400 at the Department of Veterans Affairs, and about 2,000 at the Agency for International Development. A USAID worker says the firings came without any warning.
A number of federal offices here at the Arklatex now being impacted by those moves. Some offices will close completely, while others, we've learned, have now had their leases terminated. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Office at Little River in Broken Bow, Oklahoma will close permanently. So will the Social Security Office in Nacogdoches, Texas. Meanwhile, the Social Security Office in Texarkana, Arkansas, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Lufkin, Texas, and the Employment Standards Administration Office in Longview will all have their leases terminated, forcing the offices to move to another location. Those new locations, though, have yet to be determined. As we mentioned, the Social Security Office in Texarkana, Arkansas will have to move. Their lease has now been terminated by DOGE as part of that effort to cut cost. It is one of more than 40 Social Security offices targeted by DOGE nationwide. KTVS 3's Julie Parr has more.
Across the U.S., Social Security offices are either closing, being consolidated, or moving to existing federal spaces. In Texarkana, Arkansas, the Social Security Office of Hearings Operations is located in the 4000 block of Jefferson Avenue. Despite being on DOGE's list of cuts, the building owner says they've not been officially notified about the lease not being renewed. The rarely used office building handles hearings and appeals for Social Security claims. Hearings can be conducted by video, over the internet, or by using Microsoft Teams. The office does not provide appointments or provide customer services such as card replacement or applying for benefits. For those services, you can contact the Social Security office on the Texas side on Summer Hill Road. The Social Security Administration has not returned our request for comment. Reporting in Texarkana, Arkansas, Julie Parr, KTBS 3 News.
Also caught up in the layoffs, hundreds of meteorologists and forecasters at the National Weather Service. All of it coming just days before severe weather season is set to kick off. Meteorologist Caroline Castora here tonight to talk about why these cuts really are a matter of life and death. Caroline.
The National Weather Service is important, and after seeing some reactions today, I wanted to explain what exactly the National Weather Service does and how they impact your daily lives, because it's more than just tornado warnings. All raw data, all raw weather observations come from the National Weather Service. That includes on your favorite weather app if it's not the Storm Teams one. All observations that I use on air come from official National Weather Service sites, and all of that raw data goes into our forecast models. How do you get that raw data? Observation sites all around the country at airports, weather balloons that are launched twice a day across countries nationwide. All of that data gets ingested into our forecast models, the American model we always talk about, and that makes that model more accurate. If we lose those weather balloon observations, guess what? Our forecasts will become more inaccurate, and that could put you in danger during severe weather season that we are moving into. Finally, radar data and maintenance all falls down into the National Weather Service's hands. Without that, we would lose some of our radar sources, and until we get that new radar for us here, we rely on it, and it's very, very important. You can't just go to another weather app, you can't go to a private company, because guess where they get that data?